Hey, I'm Mike with Retro Boost, and today I'm just playing. Got a kind of new setup now. Made some changes in the room that I'm very excited about. So, new angle. You can see a little more of me, which is pretty cool. Always nice to see more of this face. We're going to be doing something special today because I'm starting a playthrough on Metroid Prime, which is actually one of my favorite games of all time. So I am excited to get into this. We're going to do hard mode. Sure I can handle it. Get the game started here. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I guess I can't sync it yet. I'll have to wait until after the opening for me to sync it up. But Metroid Prime's awesome. It's a sequel that follows the original Metroid. So Samus defeats Mother Brain and eradicates the Metroids on Zebes. And then she later pursues the space pirates to one of the two space pirate groups that escaped. One of the two of them heads here to planet Talon 4, a Chozo world. And that's where it begins. But this game was one of the launch titles for the GameCube, so it's very important to the legacy of Nintendo and the GameCube in general. Received extremely high praise for its great gameplay, fantastic level design. It has some good soundtracks in it, but mostly it's a first-person adventure, so not strictly a first-person shooter, because the emphasis is on immersing yourself in this world and exploring it. Shooting's a huge mechanic of it, but Retro Studios, the developers, always insist this is not a first-person shooter, it's a first-person adventure. It does have platforming in it, which is pretty uncommon for first-person shooters to have in heavy amounts. But pretty sweet. This is the first 3D Metroid game, too. There was nothing on the N64 because Miyamoto said, quote, just couldn't think of any concrete ideas. And it's better not to force something, you know? So this is Samus's first 3D appearance. Such a good game. I'm very excited to get into this one. So here we go. We find ourselves on a space pirate ship. This is where the game starts. Alright, I'm going to sync it up on hitting the first target there. 3, 2, 1, fire! Alright. So you have a lock-on mechanic, because the way the game works is that you can't just like freely look around like a double stick shooter, where the right stick would control your aim. So you move. It's kind of like an old school Doom style first-person shooter, where like your forward and back movement is also your left and right aiming, and then you hold the right trigger to free aim, but the main thing is the lock-on mechanic, and I'll show that off in a second here. The lock-on mechanic is what compensates the need to have right-stick controls on the first-person shooting element. So, like, I can lock on, I can lock on. If I look up with the R-stick, I can then lock on. So, like, I don't need to be... So you can do it pretty quick. Boop. There's a number of gadgets and abilities that Samus has in this game that became staples of this franchise, and the main thing being the scan visor. Thought this was so cool as a kid. You can scan the door and it tells you where it goes. Alright. We're heading into the space pirate ship. Got a airlock repressurization successful. This game has launch title written all over it because it also serves as like a tech demo. Little physics demonstration like that happening and stuff like that. They're always trying to show off the hardware. But as you move into the ship, we can see that things are in disarray. Something terrible happened here, and the scan visor will tell you everything about it, but I don't want to hang up on it too long. Lock on to this guy and see what he is. When you scan creatures and enemies, it'll tell you their weaknesses and some random facts about them. I just thought that was cool, because the game actually tracks completion of that. Here we have an enemy. Space pirate. Weak life signs detected. No life signs detected. The Space Pirates kind of have like a sort of original look in this game, but then in Metroid Prime 2 they kind of go back to the style from Super Metroid. They're described as Zebesians. I always thought that was the cooler variant, but I thought this Metroid Prime 2 design was probably the best one, in my opinion. I didn't really care much for the third game's version of them. Although I think that they're technically different species of creature, because the Space Pirates are like a group of different species that band together to do crime. Charge it up, shoot it out. See how quick I can lock on enemies and shoots. Works really good. The charge beam will draw in health and ammo. Done this level so many times. It's one of those games I've played like a million times. Oh, on hard mode, that's right. Okay, so on hard mode, enemy health is, I want to say doubled. I don't know if it's uniformly doubled though. So Space Pirates normally take 2 missiles to kill on normal, but on hard mode they take 4. So that's double, but I don't know if that applies to everything necessarily. You also take more damage too, I think. There's a pirate that jumps down right here. So you double tap the B button, we can dodge some of the shots. It's kind of a tight area, so it's hard to do that. Open this door. The Morph Ball! A lot of internet comedians always say that, like, how can she roll into the Morph Ball? She'd crush her body. Well, the Morph Ball's pretty tall. Like, the perspective is interesting because of how the game treats it, but the Morph Ball is like 3 feet tall. Which, if you curled yourself into a body, I'm sure that you could pull out 3 feet. Especially considering that she's like half space bird. Gives her some extra flexibility points, I'm sure. You know, as I'm filming this and capturing it, I have no idea where I'm gonna be. It's like there's HUD stuff all over. So that's gonna be interesting. Oh boy. Probably up where the radar is. Now we find ourselves at the first boss encounter. There's not too many cinematics in this game, like what's happening here. There's not many of them. Most of them are just to like introduce bosses and stuff like that, or like areas the first time you go into them. The Parasite Queen. I like how it's breathing. There's like a lot of detail to its character model. It's cool. Boss is always taking over the skin too. Alright. Genetically enhanced, weak spot in the mouth. Rapid missile trick. I've never been able to do it that good. Anyway. Out of missiles. Bring it. You got nothing. Whoa. There we go. Easy boss, hard mode. Hard mode, I'm only really worried about one enemy. the Omega Pirate and the Special Trooper Pirates. They're going to be the only really significant threat. They're difficult even on regular.
Evacuate immediately.
Get out of here. Reactor core critical.
Evacuate immediately.
First time I played this game, it took me like three attempts to do this successfully because I was pretty young, so I was not good at video games, as I would describe it. We can interact with stuff like that and disable the turrets. That scan means that this turret never even came down. Ooh. I wasn't involved in that situation at all. Ooh, okay, that's a full health pirate. Some heavy missiles. Missiles are great because they have the strength of a charge beam shot, but they fire off so much quicker. They're really valuable as attacks in hard mode. Right through the ductwork we go. Enemies like that, and condensation and water. I think ice too will like build up on the visor. It's pretty cool how immersive it can be. A lot of detail. They really wanted to sell the idea of like you being in this suit. They're coming out of the vents. There's two turrets here. Yep. Scaling these yet? It's considered a creature. Indigenous life. The auto turret. Metroid Prime 2 started the idea of like categorizing stuff, so he would have been like in the mechanical category. Take a whole bunch of shots. You see the arm cannon like has to cool off. There's like heat coming off of it. There's just so many cool details. Like it's just awesome. Check out this thing. Now we get our first Ridley cutscene. Meta Ridley. Bigger and badder than ever. He's supposed to be dead for the 15th time. Actually, Ridley's definitive death is in Super Metroid, which is like 3 games after this one in the timeline. Alright, now we have the moment we've all been waiting for, when you lose all your upgrades. We revert down to the power suit, which... Power Suit's not in many of the games. It's in the original Metroid and Super Metroid and probably Metroid 2. I haven't played that in so long. I'll have it. Most of the modern games, you just start off with the Varia suit on. I'm just gonna get out of here. So now we only have the ability to shoot. I can't charge it up. I got no missiles. I don't have the grappling beam. I still have the scan visor, but no missiles, no morph ball. We can only shoot. Metroid Prime is like the only game that like brings it down to that bare bones level. The ship's exploding. Ridley can fly in space. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. And then we get our first planet fall. Mission begins. Save our progress. Now I'm going to do something right out of the gate here. There's like an intended order that you're supposed to get all the power-ups, but you can skip and kind of play the game freeform. I'm not too good at doing that, but there is one that I can do, and that's this skip right here, which is we can get the space jump boots and have the ability to double jump right at the beginning of the game. Second attempt. I'm getting better at that. Normally we wouldn't come here, this path right here. We wouldn't come back to this until like 2 or 3 hours from now. But here we go. Double jump achieved. Still in the power suit, which you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be in the Varia suit. See how like it highlighted the area around the Varia suit? But there we go. We can use this to kind of skip around a little bit and just make life easy on us. So I'm going to go ahead and save it now that I've cheated. And that will do it for this episode. Just playing. Put it out 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Got Mario Sunshine going, got Mario Party coming back soon, probably Friday after this posts. This would be the 16th, and this one's going up, so whatever the Friday of that week is. What am I saying this right here? I'm just going to click it. So I'm filming this on the 16th. This is going to go up on the 18th, so Mario Party 2 is going to come back on the 20th. Because that was a lot of fun. I want to do another one of those playthroughs. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.